Carter, yeah, be quiet. Close the door. Close the door. Be quiet. Yeah, be quiet. I'm on here.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Off the Bench Sports Prep News, where we give you the latest scores from across the state in high school athletics. Also, we'll be showing you highlights from tournaments, games, other things, as well as doing interviews like my guy who's joining us right now. He's the head coach at Booker T. Washington Shreve. Please welcome Kenny Sykes. What's up, Coach?
Good morning. Good morning. What's going on?
Hey, man, not too much, man. Not too much. Long night, working all night, man. Trying to get stuff ready for the pilot episode of Prep News. Um, just glad you could take time out of your busy schedule, man. You guys played one last night. What was that game like for you guys? Who did you play, and tell us a little bit about the game?
We played Northwood Shreve. Got a solid ball club, man. They got a lot of big kids, man. They big. We got decent size, but that size kind of caused us problem. We controlled the game for most of the night. Uh, Up and down, we up 16, 18. Let them back in the game. But we when games are close, we're finding ways to win games. But Jacoby Jackson had a big night. He had 23, probably 12, 13 rebounds. Nick Dyer had 12, 13. So we getting consistent play from, the so-called big three with him, Calvin, and Nick. Those
Right,
guys, we're going to go only far as those guys take us. So, but
right, right.
it was a good win. We 2-0 in district and got a real big one up Tuesday night at home with Huntington, who pulled out a big one last night over Woodlawn by 3 at Huntington.
Right. That's definitely a big win. Anytime Woodlawn is always solid. Um, Patrick Lindsay just taking over the head coaching job for the boys at Northwood. What you know about Northwood coming in, and what you think in your scouting, what you have to do to control the ball game for your ball club?
Well, the good thing about it, we had an opportunity couple last week in the Doc Edwards tournament. We ended up playing them in a game, so we had good knowledge of the team. And I told my guys we caught them in the Doc Edwards tournament. We was really playing well, and we might have beat them 29. But I told them, once you start playing teams 1 and 2 and 3 times, it's just hard to continue to get those guys to be consistent and don't look at the game that you played and beat them by 29 and thinking that it's going to be a cakewalk the next time. They're going to, he does a good job with them. They made a few adjustments. We shot the ball really well in the Doc Edwards tournament, but last night they played a man, and that size just caused us problems, throughout the night. But he did a great job making adjustments, and we did a good job making adjustments and tried to spread the floor when they had those 3 big guys out on the floor. It was hard to keep up with us, and we went to a little open offense on them and kind of got some easy baskets, kind of sealed the game.
Right. You're in your second year at BTW Shreve, man. Has has the process of turning this program around, and not that it was left to you in terribly bad shape by Coach Chris Bush, but it's certain things that you like to do and like for you to see your teams be able to do, for you to be comfortable. How has that process been of inserting Kenny Sykes' philosophies and principles into these group of kids?
Well, the good thing we had most of the kids return from last year, so this year was easy, to continue the process, with summer leagues and all that. So we implemented a lot of things that we wanted to do, and they was trying to get a good feel for me last year. So this year they kind of understanding, you know, uh, I try to explain to them it don't make no difference whether they do it perfect or not. I'm still gonna holler. So they getting used to that and just continue to play. You know, that's the difference between those guys I had at Woodlawn. You know, we people used to always tell me that how poised our team used to be because we never look at the scoreboard. We just play all the way to the end of the
Right,
game. Nobody's complaining, and the style of play that we play is enough shots out there for everybody if you want them. So that means you have to
right,
get in practice, work on them, and get in shape and run up and down the floor and be in condition to get those shots and be in position to take those shots. So now they kind of buying into it, and we've been winning a few games. We're 14-5. Uh, so this year's been easy, and it's always easy when you have you know the athletes to choose from. And
right,
Booker T. Washington has a lot of athletes in that area. You just have to try to buy into them, and it's a lot of kids that live in that area that's going to other schools. So hopefully, winning or try to get those kids back home. So that's been the most part. And the theater school has a great eighth grade team. So we've been going out watching the kids play, going to their practice, going over to the school, trying to make contact so we won't lose those kids and get those kids in there. So feeder system and like you always say, skill development is a
yes,
big process and a big thing with you know building a good team. So the future looks bright at BTW. The guys are getting in there working hard, and the good thing about it is we have 6 or 7 good athletes. And anytime you have athletes and you try to put them in position uh, and get them to buy into your system and play hard, you'll be in every game.
right, right. You, your last full time school here in Louisiana, Woodlawn Tree. You guys were a every year top 28 team. How comfortable are you getting to say, well, this year's BTW squad may have a possibility of being a top 28 team, and or are you 1 year or 2 years away? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, this year team has a great shot to get there. I try to tell them every day, you know, don't be satisfied.
Right,
When you get comfortable and just you gonna win some games and you get comfortable, you can't take no days off because every night that we go out and play, I try to preach to them. Everybody's gunning for you. When you
right,
win games and you be successful and you're doing a lot of good things, everybody wanna be where you are.
right,
So then you have to go out and compete every night. So we right there this year with this team. Uh, they playing hard every night, and that's the good thing about it. And it's several games that we done had this year where 34, 40 seconds left in the game, we down 5, and we find ways to win. So
right,
that's a good sign of a team who's turning the corner, and we see top 28 in our vision. We just got to go out and do things every day, keep competing, working hard in the classroom, making sure everybody's doing the right things. Because I told them we don't really have no one guy who I can say, hey, clear out and go get me a basket. But
right,
together as a group, I got a lot of guys. If we design the right play, we have a lot of guys that are put in position to get baskets. So that's what we preach every day. No one player gonna win it, but together as a team, we stand a good chance.
right. Again, you mentioned it earlier, really tough district that you guys play in. What do you guys have to do other than be consistent? Um, to get your first district championship. And we talk a lot. I know winning district championships isn't a real big concern for you. You want the big W. Um, but what do you guys have to do to? That's where winning starts. You start with small wins. You win a game, then you win a tournament, and now you want to win two tournaments, and now you get your first playoff win, or a district win, then a playoff win, and now you're really you have a real feel for, oh, well, maybe we can win the top 28 in our class. What you guys got to do though, just to get this first district championship here in your second year?
Well, like you say, got to be consistent. Take it one game at a time. Can't look ahead. Can't have no setbacks. And and the key to it all is, with every good team, uh, knock on wood, but we've been avoiding those injuries, man.
Right,
Them injuries can put you in a position where you playing well and one key component goes down. Uh, you have to say the next man up, but that puts a damper in what you've been trying to do and how successful you've been thus far. So, just being consistent and not looking ahead. And I tell them, when you go out and play the game the right way, you're going to beat some teams some night by a lot of points. And you don't want to go out there showboating. You just do things the right way. Work on the things that we work on every day in practice, and don't worry about what the score is. Just be consistent in doing that. So that's the biggest thing of being consistent and avoiding those injuries.
right. Hey man, I want to try to uh talking to you is really easy. So sometimes you can get caught up in going over the time limit. I try to keep a mindful eye of the timer. And man, thanks for coming on and talking about your program. You're welcome to come back anytime. Hopefully, one day when you come back, you'll be able to bring some of your players with you. And thanks for being on the pilot episode of Off the Bench Sports Prep News.
Oh
Um,
man, thanks. It's always good to get out here and get your program out there and talk about high school basketball. I think Louisiana has got a lot of talented teams in the area and across the state that a lot of people don't know about. And
right,
you do a good job getting kids out there, and every time you post a kid from a school, I always go back and try to look at their highlights because I just like good basketball players. So it don't
right.
matter whether it's my kids or anybody else's kids, just good kids who play basketball and do things the right way. So good student athletes. I always look into and just try. But you do a great job of getting those kids out and seeing.
Oh, thank you, Coach. Man, it's tough sometimes, but when you sign up for something, you got to just have. My sister always tells me, stick to itness is the best thing that as people we can have if we want to get tasks accomplished. And I'm just trying to stick to it and help these kids, man, so that they can see that the pathway is not. It's about they're playing sports, but it's not about sports. Use this as a tool to be whatever it is your heart desires for you to be in life, because everybody isn't going to be a professional athlete. You got a better chance of getting struck by lightning than being a professional athlete. So take and use this to get you a very good education at a very good school of your choice. And all colleges are good colleges. It doesn't matter what division or
All free education is good.
so. Hey, thank you, everyone. Thanks to Coach Kenny Sykes, Booker T. Washington Shreve Lions. Um, Coming up next, we have another special guest, and then we'll get to some prep scores from around the state on the boys' side. Joining us up next will be Tiffany Lewis, Jez Clark, Leadership Academy, Lady Bulldogs. One moment. All right, Coach. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Joining us now is Tiffany Lewis, Jez Clark Leadership Academy. I believe she has with her one of her guards, um, point guard Taylor Barnaba. Please join Taylor and Tiffany. Hi, Coach. How are you? Hi,
Ray,
Taylor.
how are you?
Hey,
I'm awesome. Awesome. Great Saturday morning. It's a little colder than what I like it, but gotta take it as it comes every day. How is Slidell?
Slidell is a little cold this morning, but we're up and at 'em, ready to go.
Right. Again, Taylor, I know this is probably one of your first interviews, so I'm gonna be gentle, okay, Taylor? Not gonna
yes, sir.
grab you and shake you too hard.
Yes,
No,
sir.
I've been seeing and reading a lot of great things about you, Taylor. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Taylor Barnaba. I'm 14 years old. I'm in the 8th grade. I'm class of 2026. And I love the game of basketball, so it's a better opportunity to be great.
8th grade and wow, that is phenomenal, Taylor. Where'd you get your love for the game of basketball from?
Hobart, Hobart, we
Yes,
can't hear
ma'am.
you too good.
Really?
The sound.
It's up loud. Let me try to find my things real quick. 1 second. Hello, Taylor.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where'd you get your love for the game from?
I get it from my daddy because like when I used to like be 3 years old and 4 years old, I used to ask my daddy, "Can I play basketball?" And he used to tell me the game and stuff like that. So now I got a better opportunity to play and be great and stuff. So yeah, that's where I get it from my daddy.
You're you're definitely on the right pathway to greatness. Just as an 8th grader, being able to compete at the varsity level, and because a lot of times it's not the skill set that hurts kids, it's
No,
the
it's not.
physical strength of being 13, 14 years old and having to compete against 17, 18-year olds. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
not the skill, it's the strength and the speed. What do you do daily to try to help keep yourself in really good shape so that you can compete?
Keep me in shape. I go in the gym and do weights and stuff, and like I get my shots up and everything like that.
Okay, no doubt. Hey, can you give it to coach?
Yes, sir.
I got a couple of really tough questions for her.
Yes, sir.
Taylor's probably being shy here, but last week she had a triple
Triple double.
triple double last week. Again, the game
Wow.
against Lincoln Prep, 1A school, 30 points,
10 rebounds, 11 assists.
and she's up for Player of the Week on LGR. So make sure you go vote for her on LGR.
No doubt, y'all go vote for Taylor. I've already did my part. Um, Coach,
What's your tough
first
questions, Hobart? I can barely hear
first
you though.
really, I hear you great. Like I don't
Okay.
know. First year on the girls' side, fully. What's that been like for you so far? And what adjustments have you had to make coming from coaching boys now to girls?
Um, it definitely has been an adjustment. I'll tell you that. I didn't think it would be, but it has. Um, with the girls, the game is it's a little bit more simplistic but complex at the same time. With girls, you're dealing with a lot of emotions, um, a lot of individualism with them, and so just making sure that I have my emotions in check, I guess, before I deal with them as players and individuals. A lot of times they take things personal, more personal than on the boys' side, of course. Even though you're talking about basketball, it could be something more personal going on with them. So that's one adjustment I've definitely had to make from my style of how I coach the boys. The boys, it just is what it is. I say it and they go and do it. And the girls just take a little bit more, care, I guess, to get them there.
Right. What's the
At least
season
this
been
year,
like for
anyway.
what's the
The
season been
season's been
like for
great.
you guys?
We have, yeah, this year we're playing with 3 8th graders, 3 9th graders, and a sophomore, and they really have been put to the test. They've been killing it. In our parish tournament, St. Andrew Parish tournament, they played a tough North Central OHS. They lost to North Central, won to OHS, and they were really battle tested in that tournament. And so I feel confident about them going up against pretty much anybody. One thing at JS Clark, we don't shrink from competition. Whoever comes up, that's who we play. Win or lose, it's just gonna make you stronger.
What's the district like for you guys, and what do you have to do to try to compete
District.
for a district championship?
Yeah, we're in a tough district, Class 7B, which is our district this year. It's probably one of the toughest districts in the state. Class B girls, Hathaway, Midland, Lacassine, and us, we probably could play any team in the state, and you might get shocked by, a B team beating you, whether you're 5A, 4A, whatever the case may be. We're just in a tough little district. And the girls in our district really play hard. They work hard, and it's a testament to B schools. Everybody said, "Oh, B schools can't play, win 5A." Well, I beg to differ.
What do you guys got going on? Why are you in Slidell on today? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, today we're in Salmon High School's tournament. We're gonna be taking on South Plaquemine and Belle Chase. Belle Chase is number 4 in the state right now, and South Plaquemine I think is number 6. Again, 4A, 3A schools that these girls are gonna be going up against. Hit that for me. And like I said, we're playing with a young team. I tell anybody this, it's hard for me to tell them that they didn't have a good game, even if they, don't win the game, because they show a lot of heart, a lot of heart, and they really some dogs. I'm just gonna be straight up with you. If they get into a competition with you, you're gonna have some trouble because they some little dogs. They're not afraid of anything. And once they put you on that ground, it's gonna be hard for you to get back up 3, 4, 5 times.
Right. What do you guys have to do to get wins today against South Plaquemines and Belle Chase?
This morning we played Belle Chase. They had a 6-1 post. Not sure if she's playing today, but we just got to box her out, snag those rebounds, and really move in transition. That's what we are, a transition team. A lot of people like to play us in zones. I welcome it. We're a zone killer. And then if you press us, you're just gonna let us stack up points on you because we can get it up the floor quicker than anybody. And that's pretty much what we're gonna focus on today. Boxing out their bigs, making shots. These girls are a double threat. I've got 2 great young point guards, both 8th graders at the top, along with Taylor is Tristan E. Albert. And together, those 2, they can drive. If you cut their drive off, they'll kill you from the outside. So you got to make a choice with us.
No doubt, no doubt. I don't want to hold you guys up too long again. Like I told Coach Sykes, I want to try to stick to my window that I gave you guys. And that way, when I ask you to come back on, it's you talk too much. Just want to be in that range, man. I'm grateful though that you and Taylor on the road playing today. took time to come on and talk with us. Taylor, I'm gonna come and see you real soon, okay?
Yes,
I
sir.
got to see you play in the St. Landry Parish tournament. I really enjoyed myself, and so I'm looking forward to seeing you play again. Can I get a virtual high five? There you go, right there, right there. Hey, your hands look pretty big there, Taylor.
On my hair.
No, your hands. When your hands
my
came
hands.
up to the yeah, it looked pretty big, man. You palming the ball yet?
Oh no.
Work on that. You probably can get it.
Yes, sir.
It's only 27.5 ounces, man. You can get that. That's nothing.
But
So-
look forward to seeing these young ladies play in the future. In the next, they're going to be around a minute. As I said, they're pretty young. The next 4 years is going to be trouble with them, and they're just going to keep working to get better every day. And thank you,
Right.
Hoba, for having us on. I support you 110%.
I appreciate that.
OTBS.
Hey, y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know what it is. So, hey, thanks, Coach Tiffany Lewis, J.S. Clark, Leadership Academy, Lady Bulldogs, Taylor Barnaba. Gotta make sure you say that right, with some love, some pride, some respect.
Yes, sir.
She's gonna be a juggernaut in high school sports for the next few years to come. My eyes do not lie to me. So when I tell y'all that she can flat out go, you better go buy your ticket and get you some popcorn. She's worth the view. They're playing in the Slidell tournament today. If you're in the Slidell area, go check out J.S. Clark and the other teams in the area. Great to check out high school sports whenever you can. We'll talk later, Coach Tiff. Up next, prep news notes. Oh man, excuse me there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, so hey, let's run through a few scores real quick. On last night, the Ellender Patriots defeated the East Jeff Warriors 70-59 at the All-State Sugar Bowl Classic. They played in the state bracket tournament. Both teams, Ellender and East Jeff, play really hard. Really good team. Ellender's their storyline is 32 minutes of pain. They're going to give you 32 minutes of hell defensively, and when they tell you that, you can just take it to the bank that that's what they mean. They do not play when they say they're going to give you hell. East Jeff, they like to play through their best player. Big kid, 6'5", Jeffrey. Give me 1 second here. I had a brain, what they call a brain freeze. But I definitely want to tell y'all about this young man. He's worth to mention. Jeffrey Landry. Jeff only had 16 last night, but he's averaging 26 points a game, 11 rebounds, 5 blocks. So that's really solid. Jeff is built like, he's a big, solid 6'5" kid, tough to stop in the post. He has wing skills. But the story about high school sports is that you have to play what's best for your team. I'm going to tell y'all that again. You have to play and do what's best for your team. And that's just what it is in high school sports. And also, if you have to play and do what's best for your team, that also means that you have to work on your own skill development on your own time. And that's no slight on anybody. That's just what the facts are. Do the work in the dark. That way when you come into the light, your light will always shine. Airline Vikings defeat Houghton in a 158 district matchup, 61-51. Coleman had 18 for Airline, Oakley had 13, and Bryson Brown had 9 points. 7-6 overall record for the Airline Vikings. 1-1 in district. Second year for head coach Eddie Hamilton. You can kind of see even in the second year for Coach Hamilton at Airline, you kind of see Airline turning into the tough-nosed team that Southwood was for him. Kids understanding how to better play the game, understanding how to better do the things that they need to do as a team and as a unit of one to be better and get wins. Airline is led by Coleman coming back in the senior year. So, hey, great job, Coach Hamilton, Coach Marvin Davis. You guys keep working over there. As Trojans defeat the Rain, I hope I get this right. Y'all please don't charge this to my head, charge it to my heart. Rain Bulldogs? I hope that's right. I always get Rain mascot messed up, man. Ash defeated Rain 69-54 in the Turlings Catholic tournament. I think I read somewhere that Noah Junkers, 6'5" wing for Ash, had 36 last night. So you can't, you can't. Hey, you can't deny greatness, man. He's had a great year. I said this earlier. First time I seen Noah play this year, that Noah has done a great job of bringing the guys his size, 6'5" or better, out to the wing, beating them off the dribble, and guys that are smaller than him that have to take up the task of defending him. Noah does a great job of putting them on his back on the block and using his post moves that he's attained to put the ball in the basket. I think 36 might be one of his career highs and season highs. So congrats to Coach Lance Brasher and the Ash Trojans. They've got a lot of quality wins this year. So yeah. Anacoco loses to Manny 50-35 in the degree tournament. I saw Anacoco just last week. Man, they are really solid. So what does that say about Manny if they were to able to defeat a really good, really well coached Anacoco team? Dale High defeated Oak Grove on 1-4, 39-35 at Oak Grove. On last night, Donaldsonville defeated Assumption 75-34 at home. Donaldsonville, a top 10 team under head coach Lionel Gilbert this year. Coach Gilbert has those kids getting better and better every year. I think Donaldsonville was a quarterfinal team last year. They hadn't been to the quarterfinals since head coach Barry Whittington left there in his last year. Shout out to Coach Witt. He is the assistant principal at Dutchtown High School right now. That's my guy, really good X's and O's guys, really good student of the game. So yeah, he knows this stuff when it comes to basketball. Somebody ought to give him a call and see if he's ready to come back to high school basketball. That's just me. That's not him saying that he is. I just give it a try. Real spill. East Ascension gets a win over St. Amant at the Gold Dome last night, 61-55. That game is always a challenge and a struggle. When EA and St. Amant meet, you can throw the records out the window. Those schools are 7 to 8 minutes apart. Records don't matter. That game is about pride. It's about bragging right. In football, they were voted the best team in the state. What can you do with that? Hey, what can you do with that? So, hey, we're going to take a 30-second break. I need to clear my throat, and we'll be back in a minute. Whoa, I lost my sound, y'all. 1 second. Hello? Where we at? I don't have any sound, y'all. Y'all have to give me 1 second. I lost my sound. I don't know what happened to it. All right. Hey, we're back. I think we're back. Let me double check. I don't know what I did. Okay, we're back. We got sound. We have sound. Hey, so I just got this. I was just talking about the airline Houghton game. I just got this text message, and I want to read it. And this is something that I don't think we do enough here in Louisiana in high school sports. So Coach Derek Jones, Catholic High Baton Rouge Bears, made this post this morning, said he's feeling motivated. Then he goes on to say, we gonna fight. I'm gonna read it just like it is, because y'all know I like to keep it a buck. This is the start of my 26th year of coaching, and I witnessed something last night I've never seen before in a high school basketball game. The Airline Vikings visited the Houghton Bucks, and Houghton came out on fire. And with under a minute to go in the first quarter, Airline scored its first free throw to make the score 24-1. People around me were talking about leaving at halftime. However, when the buzzer went off at the end of the game, the final score was 61-51 Airline. That's basically a 60-27 run. in basically 3 quarters. Something clicked, and defensively, Airline went on a mission. Takeaways, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And it really ain't over until it's over. Kudos to Eddie Hamilton and Marvin Davis. A lot of teaching and coaching points from this. So realistically, want to shout out to Coach Derrick Jones. Again, it's not many times that you hear coaches that don't have a great relationship that come out publicly and speak on things that they see within the course of a game, or if they're just out watching ball. So, hey, great job. Again, Coach Hamilton, Coach Davis, and Airline, you guys rock. Virtual high five. Coming up, man, we have a couple of Lions that's going to be in the building. Rashad Davis, going to add him. Young guy, Zion Weeks. Couple of Washington Lions. Y'all know that makes me overly happy, overly proud. Everyone, please welcome Rashad Davis, Zion Weeks. Rashad, I'm going to start off by apologizing to you. Ask me why, Rashad.
Why?
Because I put 2 A's in your name on the fly last night, man. My bad.
You good?
Forgive me.
Yes, sir.
Lion Pride.
Yes.
That's a high five, Rashad. Man, welcome, Zion. How are you, young fella?
I'm doing good.
That's what's up, man. Rashad is, if I'm not mistaken, a senior, Washington Lions basketball. Zion, a freshman. We were supposed to have a couple of more Lions on. I guess they got busy or something. No big deal though. Rashad, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
I play point guard. I control the game.
Wait,
No.
you know what?
I'm the team leader.
That's the word I got about you. That you were very good at controlling the ball game and doing the little things that Coach Madison needed you to do. Where'd you get that skill set of being a true point guard from?
I always had it. I've been playing point guard since I was young.
Your brother was one of my favorite players, Jamal Davis. How much did you learn from watching him play 4 years at Washington?
I learned a lot from his passing ability and his IQ.
Right. Zion, freshman, getting about 18 minutes a game. What's that feel like for you?
Well, it feels good.
Little nervous, Zion? Little nervous, little bit. Don't be nervous, man. Just again, think about the question for a second. Take a second, think about it, and then just respond. It's gonna be okay, my guy. You know, again, at the end of the day, you got 3 more good years, and we're gonna do this a lot, man. So this may be your first interview, but it definitely won't be your last. So get those jitters out of the way right now. Right now, you guys are in the midst of the Don Redden Memorial. Rashad, this is your 4th one, huh?
Well, this is my second one. We ain't have it last year, and I was known.
Okay, so what's it like for you that this is your second one? We know it's not what it generally is. It's generally a big bracket. A lot of teams, a lot of games played. You guys got to play your first game last night against Carroll. What was that like for you?
This is great, exciting, great environment. It's always good competition in Redden.
Right. Zion, your first one as a freshman, what was last night like for you versus Carroll?
I mean, it was good to me. Like, I liked how like the environment was going and stuff.
You guys you guys get to see the best of both worlds, being at a 5A school, 5A program that's been really good. Um, how Rashad, this one is primarily for you. What's it been like for you? You know, again, you get to learn. You got to learn from your brother, who's a really good basketball player. What are some of the little things that you've learned just from being able to watch the game as a freshman? You say you didn't get to play varsity. How much did that slow the game down for you?
It didn't really slow the game down for me. I picked it up quick. I learned like little things like you can just move at your own pace and get your teammate to move at your pace. It's easy for everybody to work out.
If it was one thing that you could tell Zion right now that you've learned in your 4 years, what bit of wisdom would you give to Zion to help him through district play and then his next 3 years of high school basketball?
Zion, play defense. Your offensive game gonna come. Just play defense.
great,
I got you,
great,
son.
great advice. Now, Zion, Rashad has given you a great piece of advice. How you take that and put it into your what you do as a basketball player, because clearly you understand the offensive side of the game.
Well, they say defense win championship. I mean, well, I start playing like way better defense and stuff. You know, as I get older and stuff.
What about today? Today you
Oh
guys
yeah,
got the
today I'm gonna
wild.
play defense today too.
Today you guys got the Wiseman Wildcats. Um, this is gonna be, I think, your third time playing them this year. Um, Rashad, what do you guys have to do to get a win tonight?
We have to stay aggressive on the boards. Keep pushing the ball like we do and play defense.
Um, Zion, you're a shooting guard for the Lions, which means that you're probably gonna get Christian Lewis or Kelby Woods. Those guys are aggressive offensively. We were just talking about um, a little defense. What do you know about those guys and what they try to do offensively for the Wildcats?
I'm gonna have to pressure the ball when Christian Lewis get the ball, cause that's the only way like they're able to stop him. Like talking about.
That definitely a good offensive player for the Wildcats. I like to do this sometimes with kids. Um, I like to say a name, and then when I mention that name, give me your thoughts. So look, when I say the name, take 1 or 2 seconds and then respond, okay? You ready? I'm going to start with Zion first. Zion, I'm going to give you an easy one. Kyrie Irving.
Well, Kyrie Irving, he a point guard. Like, I like how he like control the game and stuff. Like how he lead his team and stuff like that.
I'm going to give you a hard one, Rashad. Somebody you should know, though. Somebody you should know personally. And your name is Willie LaPoole.
He's like a tall guard. He could play anywhere else on the floor.
How much did you learn from Willie getting to watch him play?
I picked up a few things like his hustle and rebounding ability.
Right. You ready for your next name, Zion?
Yes, sir.
My favorite player, Kevin Durant.
Oh, that's my favorite player too.
I don't like you no more, Zion. Zion, you can't have the same favorite player and the same alma mater as me, Zion. That's not gonna work for me.
Yeah, that's my favorite player. I mean, well, he can do anything on the court. Like he long.
I keep telling people that. I don't
He can do
understand why they
anything.
don't get it.
He can dribble, shoot, pass, rebound. He can score at will. He can score anytime he want to.
Right. Rashad, one more question for you. And this is not just for Zion, this is for the rest of your teammates, your underclassmen teammates. One thing that they can do to get a better understanding of who Coach Madison is and the things he likes to see on and off the court, what's your advice to the younger kids?
Come Madison, only thing he wants y'all to do is play hard. Let's go play hard. That's it.
And play defense.
A lot of that has to happen tonight. Tonight, you guys get the Wiseman Wildcats, the Wiseman Wildcats, as they like to be called. So, hey, that's what it is. We want to thank Rashad Davis, point guard for the Washita Lions basketball team, and Zion Weeks, shooting guard for the Washita Lions basketball team. Thank you guys for joining us, and I'll see you guys later today. Great job, fellas, and we'll have y'all back on again real soon to especially you, Rashad, to polish up those interview skills for when you get to college. Somebody's going to get a really solid point guard. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thought I messed up there. Now give me 1 second. Hey, we're back. More news and notes. French Settlement beat Lutcher on 1-6 at French Settlement tournament 63-53. French Settlement Lions were supposed to get the Glen Oaks Panthers the next day. That game was canceled for whatever reason. Let me put this out there real quickly. Because this one is not on the coaches. This one is on parents and players alike. This one is on parents and players alike. Be mindful of what you're doing away from basketball practice. Be mindful of what you're doing away from games. If you love the game, don't bring Corona back to your team. Don't bring Corona back to your team. coaches ask you to bust your butt. Coaches ask you to bust your butt. And you do that. Don't bust your butt all summer. And some days 2-a-day practices come along with that. Some days, running a levy or whatever your conditioning consists of comes with that. Don't screw it up by not being able to play. All right. So, Glenmora loses to Rapids 56-33 at Rapids. Neville Tigers defeat Franklin Parish 61-46, moves to 16-3 on the season. Congrats to the coach Philip Craig and the Neville Tigers. HL Bourgeois defeated Terrebonne last night at home 69-48. Well, I'm sorry, on 1-4, 69-48. Congrats to the HL Bourgeois Braves. Holden wins at St. Joe Placerville 51-49 on 1-4-22 last night at the Coca-Cola Southside Sharks tournament. J.S. Clark defeated Menard 49-47. In girls basketball, let's see if we can give y'all a couple of girls highlights as we wait on our next guest. The Lady Tigers lose to Barb Lady Bucks 65-39 at Barb. Parkway Lady Panthers defeat the Southwood Lady Cowboys. Preston, I did it. Preston. I said the Lady Cowboys. That hurt my feelings to do that, but I still did it. Southwood Lady Cowboys at the Ranch 69-32 and 1-5A district play. Pearl River wins over Central Private 46-33 at Central Private. Madison Prep Lady Chargers lose to John Curtis Lady Patriots 40-33. Shout out to my girl Tamika Johnson, man. It's really good to see these professional athletes who could, when they finish their playing career, can do anything in the world that they want to do. Most of them are rich, and they can do whatever they want to do after playing 20 years of professional sports or up to 20 years of professional sports, and they choose to come back and give their time, effort, and energy to better our kids in our state. So right offhand, the ones I can think about, Tamika Johnson, Kiana Chaney, Coach Randy Livingston. Shout out to the newly installed head coach at Peabody High School, Harry Coleman. Shout out, man. Harry Coleman played at Franklin High School, also at LSU. Went on to play professional sports. Who else can I think of right off my head that was a professional athlete? Oh, Tyrus Thomas, assistant coach at Lee Magnet High School under Coach Brandon White. Shout out to Coach Tyrus Thomas. That's all I can think of right now. Hey, okay, we got to come in. Let's see what the comments say. BOR, yeah, whatever that means. BOR and go, okay. I guess. Oh, yeah. The Malone, Carl Malone's daughter, I don't remember her name, forgive me. She's coaching in Northeast Louisiana, I think at Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. Thanks, Coach. Y'all hit the comments, man. Let me know some other pro athletes that are giving their best for our kids. Morgan City defeated Berwick. Berwick took a tough one on the chin at home, 41-16. Natchitoches Central gets a dub at Airline. This is on 1-4, 64-59. Congrats to the Lady Chiefs. Man, got a lot more girl scores coming up. North Central gets a 2-0 forfeit. I don't remember who it was against, but they got a 2-0 forfeit. North Webster takes the loss at Haynesville by 10, 44-34. Northwest goes down to Washita Christian at John Curtis Turney, 57-32. Northwood Lena adds to their 12-game win streak by defeating a Boyle 78-45. Shout out to Northwood Lena. Boys and girls, they're both having a great season. I'm going to give y'all something real quick. And if y'all don't mind, could y'all please take a second to respond. All right, that's the question. It's on the screen. Hey, go in the comments and respond to that. So Parkway defeated Southwood in 1-5-8 action at the Rant, 69-32. That's on the ladies' side. Ruston wins at home over Ash in a big way, 67-38. Sacred Heart wins versus Opelousas Catholic, 54-33. Slidell wins on the road versus Kennedy, 52-44. That game was played on 1-5. South Terrebonne wins at home versus the Lutcher Lady Bulldogs. That was the 39-21. Great job by South Terrebonne. St. Amant Lady Gators take a loss on the road to South Lafourche. That was a 62-48 win by South Lafourche. Yeah, so hey, we don't our next guest is here. Let's add him. He's gonna be our resident expert for today. Please welcome Beauchamp Gators head soccer coach Chad Badrin. Hey, what's up, bro? How's it going today? Can you hear me? Is that my volume or is your mic on?
How about now?
Gotcha.
Good now? All right. Thanks, Hobart. Thanks for having me.
We got bacon since you're in the kitchen. How's it going this morning, Coach?
I keep that thing on mute whenever we having virtual with some of them kids. You know, don't want to have them hear me. But yeah, no, I'm doing fine, Hobart. Appreciate you having me on.
No doubt, man. I'm glad you could take a moment. Come on our new show, our pilot episode, Off the Bench Sports Prep News, where we're just trying to keep people informed about what's going on in the state of Louisiana in high school athletics. I can say this. I wasn't a big soccer fan until I came to the Copa Acadiana and had a blast. I'm waiting on my next invite. Man, I had so much fun. We kind of talked about this before, and I want to start off with this right here because it's really important.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, in my twisted mind, soccer is supposed to be played in the spring or the summer.
Right.
How do you guys make the adjustment of playing soccer in the dead cold of winter?
Yeah.
It was what's that like for you guys?
33 degrees on Tuesday. Was it Thursday night when we played Lafayette Christian? It just depends. That was the first one this year that was really that cold. We've actually had kind of a warm winter so far this year. So we haven't had that challenge of hitting that cold, icy weather, and so the boys, it affected us the other night, but it being the first time, we were a little slower to things. We were a little bit more, I guess, cautious to head that ball, which is 14 PSI, like a rock hitting your head in the cold winter. But it worked out. We ended up winning the game. But the guys on the field, it takes them a little while, I guess, to get – it takes a good hour warm-up before the game to get them nice and, with their blood pumping and everything. The problem is the ones that don't start the game sit on the bench and freeze up. So that's why it takes a good little warm-up to get them back in the game. They're going to have to kind of warm themselves up before I can even put them in to prevent injuries. But besides that, once they're in that game, they feel like it's any other. They feel like, in fact, a lot of them rather it because of cramping issues are almost non-existent in that cold weather because the humidity is not there. When that humidity creeps back in, like it might in the next couple of days, they'll start cramping up again, especially on turf fields and stuff like that. But it's a roller coaster in the winter with our weather. But once they get used to that cold weather, it's fine. Now for us, the coaches and the spectators, or when you're there, it's cold. You standing there, you can have all the layers and the jackets you want. You're not running around. It's cold.
Right. So has anyone ever really just made a really horrible complaint to the LHSAA about switching the time of year that soccer is played?
It is. It's been talked about over and over again, and I'm gonna tell you why it'll never happen. There's a couple reasons why. It has to do with the club soccer world, and also that Louisiana is a football, baseball state. Period. I know we all love basketball, we all love soccer, but the LHSAA, when you go back in history, this is a football, baseball state. They're gonna have their football in the fall and their baseball in the spring. Period. That's not as big of a reason why for soccer. Because we do have some football players that play and baseball players. It's because club soccer runs in the fall and it runs in the spring. And so they put the high school soccer right in between it and the winter sports. And it's got a good relationship with club and high school, which is necessary because soccer, those kids that want to play, especially on the boys side, if you want to play college soccer, you got to go play club soccer. And to get noticed, because we don't have any Division I or big. We don't have hardly any boys' schools in Louisiana that have soccer. LSU East, Centenary, LSU A. I think that might be it. I don't think LSU Shreveport even has it anymore. So we don't have a whole lot of boys' options in the area. So they've got to go play club. Girls have it a little easier. Every school has girls' soccer. So you can get noticed a little bit easier as a girl and at least get a junior college or a Division II type notification if you can. But boys, I mean, sometimes the best you can hope for is a really, really good soccer player in Louisiana is a Division II, in Mississippi or Texas or somewhere else. And it's a shame, because when we bring people into Copa, like college coaches, they're amazed that the talent and the athletes we have down here. And it's a hidden gem for soccer right now on the boys' side, because every time they come down, they're pulling 2 or 3 kids to go play for them. That's why Copa is also exploding, the Copa Acadiana tournament, because it's one of the only times you can come to Louisiana and see about 95% of the boys you'd want to look at for college, albeit at one place. So that's one of the reasons we made that tournament, to get our boys noticed, and it's working so far.
Right.
Back to the original question, I kind of went off on a tangent there. It's the
no, it's
club
cool.
world, club soccer stuff. That's kind of like AAU in basketball, where they get a lot of their big time offers from that. So I guess that's kind of why we do it that way.
Right. What's the season been like for you guys, and what adjustments have you had to make with your team in order to get them back on track when they went off task?
Yeah, roller coaster. Great beginning. We go to our tournament, Copa Acadiana. We lose our starting center mid with a broken leg for the rest of the year.
Oh wow,
that was a huge ordeal, because that's your playmaker. That gets the ball to the Devin Ozan so he can go score his goals. That does everything to keep the middle of the field together. And losing him, even though he's only a sophomore and he's gonna have 2 more years, that was a huge blow. Took us a couple of weeks to get back some kind of gelling going on in that middle, and we've made a couple of little changes, and it worked. And right when that happens, the holidays hit, and here comes the new COVID, the flu, which the flu.
Yeah,
man,
I saw that.
Nothing to play with right now, bro. The flu has cost us at least 3 games.
Influenza, coronavirus, that's crazy.
Yeah. And then there's some stomach virus going around that has wiped out anybody that didn't catch those 2. So it's been playing musical chairs with the lineup for the last 3 weeks. I think we'll be okay coming into next week, because it's run through almost all these kids, boys and girls, on our girls team as well.
Right. Hey, Coach, I want to read through some boys' scores.
Okay.
And I got a text. LSUS men's does have soccer.
Okay. Good.
Thanks. You know who you are that sent me that text. I know you probably don't want to be called out on on live, and I know you, so I know you don't want that. You're not one of those people. But thanks for that information. So another school that hey, if you're really good, we need to get that film to the LSUS coaches as well. Hey, you guys can send me your soccer film. I'll post it to my sites for you. It's a free service offered by Off the Bench Sports. Don't be afraid to use it. It only can get you seen more.
That's right.
So, hey, the first boys game I got jotted down is Ellender loses to St. Charles. The Comets 6-1. What do you know about Ellender and St. Charles?
Ellender's not as big of a soccer program. St. Charles has they're up and down, and they've been a little bit more up the last couple of years. So I'm not sure what their coaching situation is, which is shame on me. I should know all the coaches as the president of the Coaches Association, but I haven't. I don't think I've introduced myself, or he's introduced himself to me in the last couple of years. But they've been back on the rise. They were a little powerhouse about 7-8 years ago, St. Charles. A smaller school, but they do well. Ellender, like I said, not really known for soccer.
Right. Acadiana loses to New Iberia 4-0.
Wow.
Both of those teams are in your neck of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about those 2 teams.
All right. New Iberia, Coach Casey Friend, who won 2 state championships with St. Thomas More, has been at New Iberia for about 4 years now, and building that program. They defeated us earlier this year 3-2 in an amazing game at the Swamp, which we don't like to lose at home, but he gave us one, and that's shocking in a way. Jan Richard, the Mayor Scott, has been the coach of Acadiana forever. His dad was the coach of Acadiana back in the 90s. Powerhouse. I can tell you, Acadiana and Lafayette has been directly hit soccer talent-wise by Southside High School opening. Southside High School is the new public school power of soccer in the Acadiana area. And they got to go prove it in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong, but talent-wise, they got the power. And St. Thomas More, of course, is the bread and butter of the private schools in the area. So that's what you're seeing. The score line is very shocking, though, Hobart. 4-0. I'd want to see what happened in that game for it to get out of hand like that, because Acadiana is a proud program. They've got some good players still, and Jan's a heck of a coach.
Right. Well, hey, I'm going to tell you this, man. I get all my news and notes straight off the LHSA website. I believe in it. That way it's no discrepancies. You know, and it's no disrespect to Max
yeah.
Prep, but anybody
right.
can go on Max Prep and edit something.
Right, exactly.
You know,
LHSA website, though, especially nowadays that all the soccer coaches have gotten trained, right? Because most soccer coaches are not teachers. Most of them have jobs and they're non-faculty head coaches. So they got to learn like all the stuff that teachers and the coaches that are faculty coaches have to do all the time. And you got to report that to LHSA all the time. Soccer had not come on board with that as much over the last 10 years, till like about the last 10 years. So LHSA and soccer has come a long way. They used to consider us kind of a club sport. Now we kind of we're the top four. You know, we're in the big four now. So they treat us that way, and we got to act that way. And so coaches have been really good at getting them in the night of the game or at least the day after now. So, and that's your official scores. Like you said, that's the score.
Yeah.
LHSA.
Hey, so I got a shocker for you here then. Yep. Barb gets a 1-point win over Southside Sharks.
What? Oh my God.
2-1 over Southside. Hey. Shout out to the Barb Bucks.
That's nice. Barb, and that's a district game. That's a district game for them. So I'd like to see that too. You never know. Like I said, the corona flu pandemic is it might be wreaking havoc on some of these teams. But congratulations to Barb. That's a huge one.
Right. Bell Chase and West Jeff played to a 2-2 tie. That game was played on 1-4. Bossier plays Parkway to a 3-3 tie at home. Ooh, what do you know about Bossier and Parkway? That's 3A versus 5A.
Right. Parkway's a good little program. Even though they're 5A, they're in Division 2 for one more year. Then they're going to move up to Division 1 next year. Very young team, good coach, Francois Brown. Bossier has been a really good surprise this year in Division 3. I think they're in the top 5 in the power ratings. They're getting some really quality wins. They're a very large Hispanic population base at that school. And they play a lot of good, nice Hispanic ball. Those who are fans of soccer know what I'm talking about. The Hispanic flair and the way they play the game is a little different from the way we play it. And they play with so much passion and quick one touches and very aggressive. They will make sure you know they're there. So like it's fun to watch. And Bossier has done a really good job this year.
Right. Catholic Baton Rouge gets a big 5-0 win over the Walker Wildcats.
Yeah, that's a big win. And Catholic Baton Rouge is by far and away the best team in the state of all divisions. And they're finally getting all their players back because I think they said about 75% of their team plays on club teams. They go all over the country for the first couple of months of high school. They go to these college showcases and some of them play on these other things. So about this time of the year is where Catholic gets all their players gelling and back together.
Wow. Covington loses to Ponchatoula 3-1 on the road. Greenway with a big win. I think that's a district matchup as well.
It is. Yep. That's a big district over there. Just like the Lafayette district, those two big districts in Division 1 or 5A, that's the two most quality districts you can find in soccer.
Right. And the last score I got, man, East Ascension, I think they got a new soccer coach either last year or this year.
Right.
They had a long time soccer coach. He was there for like 10 years, maybe, I think. EA gets a huge win over Hammond at the Oak Trees on Burnside. 8-0 win over Hammond Tours. So congratulations to the East Ascension Spartans. They take pride in their soccer as well at East Ascension. So, hey, what do you think? Hey, how do we do in soccer, man, in our first episode, man?
Man, I like it. This is great, man. This is the future. You know, we all love talk radio. We all love this stuff, but these type of podcasts and video shows on YouTube channels, this is the future. You know, I teach this, Hobart. I want all my kids to know how to do this, to edit video, everything, because That's your jobs. You go have all this stuff. You can go work for a restaurant, be their marketer, put their commercials up, everything. You can be a photographer. You can be a sports broadcaster. You can do all this stuff if you learn video and technology.
You can come work for Off the Bench Sports.
That's
Independent
right.
media is not as bad as people tell you it is.
That's right. We getting this thing to explode. Hobart, you're doing a great job. We get some more soccer games for you on our end, and our kids love it. When they saw you and heard your broadcast and then the interviews, I mean, they love it and they look forward to it. So you're doing a great job. Everything you're doing for sports in Louisiana, and look, you need some help. You know, I'm there for you.
Hey, I'm definitely gonna take you up on that, man. You know all of the soccer coaches, being that you're the president of the Coaches Association, man. Just give them my contact info, man. I know y'all got a big group email chat. I want to have them on, man. I want to have every last one of them on at one point or another. I need them to send me their scores so I don't have to work so hard to get it.
Right.
But I don't mind working hard to get them. That's the one thing I need to put out there. I don't mind working hard, doing whatever I need to do to get them. That's what I'm going to continue to do. But I do need their help, man, getting those highlights. I want to be able to show the highlights. Guess what we got up next once you leave, Coach? We got a couple highlights we're going to show, man, from the Don Redden Classic. Don Redden Memorial. We got a couple highlights we're gonna show, man. We're trying to,
awesome.
We're just trying to, we're trying to build something that's bigger than ourselves.
That's right.
And it takes a team. It takes everybody, man. Again, I want to shout out Miss Tiffany Etain. She is a very big supporter of Off the Bench Sports, man, and I was really surprised. It was late when we posted the flyer for this pilot episode last night, and right before I went to sleep, I checked my phone, and who is it that goes and likes to post on Off the Bench Sports at midnight?
Yes, sir.
A principal on Off the Bench Sports at midnight. My heart just started pounding with joy, man. I said, I might be almost there. I might be almost there when a principal is on Off the Bench Sports at midnight.
Yeah. Man, I don't know if she ever sleeps. That's the hardest working woman I've ever seen. That's why she's so skinny, man. She don't sleep. You don't have time to eat. But she's something else. She's a great principal to have for sports wise. She was a basketball player, really good one back when she played.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
She loves sports, and she takes care of the coaches and the kids that play sports, and she demands the academic excellence, but she knows what they have to go through as student athletes, and that's great to have.
Right.
And she gonna support. She gonna support you, man. She love you. She gonna support you. So that's a great thing. Likes at midnight from a principal. I love that.
Yeah. Hey, I'm telling you, man. It was like midnight. I looked at my phone. I'm like, Tiffany Etain, real. Yay! I was like super excited, man. That was cool. That was really cool. Hey, all you other principals, y'all can join. I accept
join
all
the Midnight Club.
Join the Midnight Club, man. Look, this is real spill principals. Come on and talk about your schools. Come brag about your school's principals. I welcome you. And guess what? If you want to come on today, tomorrow, and next week, I'm going to have you. This show is going to be Monday through Fridays, 9 till we finish. 9 till we finish. So that could be an hour. That could be 35 minutes. It could be 3 hours. But we're going to be on till I'm happy and satisfied with what has transpired. Again, because I just want to get the information out there. I want to get the information out there. Yeah. And so that's what it is. But Chad Badrin is going to be our resident soccer expert. I just learned what a header was a month and a half ago.
Man, we got to have you know the offside rule soon, man. You're going to have that offside rule now.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it.
That's what everybody's complaining about soccer. I don't understand that offside rule. I don't understand it. Why you can't just kick it down the field to anybody just waiting down there? Well, it might be a little hard. It would make it more interesting if the scores were maybe 12-10 at least, something like that. But,
right.
It's an old school game.
Sometimes them scores are far and in between.
Yes, they are. 8 zeros or 0 zeros, 1 zeros, 1 ones. It's, we've had a lot of 0-0 ties. We see a lot or 1 ones, 1-0 games, 2-0 games. That's what you're gonna normally see.
Right. Hey, everyone, please thank Chad Badrin. He is the head soccer coach at Beauchamp High School, home of the Gators. And they like for their facility, it's called the Swamp. That's where
Swamp.
Gators dwell. Gators dwell in the swamp. If you don't want to get bitten, don't go to the swamp. Y'all gonna catch that later. Man. So, hey, thank you, Chad. Coming up, we got highlights, man. We'll be back in 30 seconds. I think I can find it. Oh, there we go. All right, welcome back. We're back, man. Hey, we have one more guest coming on, one more special guest coming on. But in between time, I got a couple of highlights that I want to show you. Again, I'm gonna figure out a format for this thing. Because every day we're not gonna be able to have this many interviews, and I know that and understand that. So we're gonna have to fill in a few more highlights and lowlights and all that stuff. So let's just get to the highlights, man. This one right here, this is from the
great dump out.
John Redden.
Weak side block.
I think this is from the Carroll West Monroe game the other night. Defensive. This one made the cut because of the defensive effort.
Great dump out. Good reach out. Weak side block.
By it looks like Carroll Bulldogs. So yeah, that was a great defensive play. Defense as Rashad and Zion Weeks stated.
Scott pulls up for 3. Good.
This one right here is a replay of Ashton Scott for Carroll High School. He had a big 3 last night.
Scott pulls up for 3. Good.
Kind of put a little Band-Aid on the bleed last night. Here we go. It's a takeaway by Washita. Layup. That looked like that could have been construed as a foul right there. Anytime 2 players collide, something always happens to make those players collide. So let's check the next one out.
Bradford kicks it. Zion Weeks. 3-ball Davis. Good.
These were 2 of the guys we had on the show early. Rashad Davis, Zion Weeks. Bradford started off with the ball, kicks it to Weeks in the corner, who swings it to Rashad Davis. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was Jordan Davis on the 3. Jordan Davis, little brother to Rashad and Jamal. Yeah, that's what it is. Last highlight is Zion Weeks getting to the cup. Goes right, lays it up with the left. I still got it, y'all. No, I'm just playing. I ain't got it no more, y'all. But great move, great aggressiveness by the young guy Zion Weeks. Let's show that one more time. And then our last guest for the day.
Good move, LeBron.
In the studio. And so let's go ahead and add him. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold up, y'all. I have to figure out how to, whoa. Yikes. How you do that? Y'all. I gotta figure this out, y'all. I don't know how to take the video off yet. Let's see.
All right.
Let's see. All right, there we go. Hey, joining us right now is Northwood Lady Falcons first-year head coach, Rudy Lewis. What's up, coach? Welcome.
Hey, what's going on?
Not too much, man. Not too much. How you doing this morning?
I couldn't catch you. What you say?
I said, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well, man. Just blessed. What about you?
I'm awesome, man. It's been a great pilot episode, man. Again, like I was just telling the viewers, we just got to figure out the proper format for it. And I think once we do that, we're going to be in a good place and a good space to do this thing for many, many years to come. And that's going to be the great part about it, that, we're here for the longevity of it, not for the flash and the dash.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about Rudy Lewis, man.
Man, I'm 30 years old. I actually
wow.
I
remember those
serve
days.
as Shreveport police detective in the juvenile division. That's what I do, when I'm not coaching basketball. I got one kid, a little girl. She's over there now. You probably hear in the background.
Yeah.
I've been coaching since 2015. When I started, I was with Coach Lindsay, Patrick Lindsay, over at Woodlawn with the girls. And then we transitioned to Northwood, Shreveport, and took over the girls program there. And I served as his assistant for about up until this year, actually. And then I transitioned to Captain Shreve. Had to, see a different, side of basketball. And I actually got the call to come back to Northwood Girls to, lead the program. And I was honored. And I, got the blessing from the Captain Shreve staff and students and players. And they was behind me because they believe in me. And I accepted the job at Northwood. And I'm back there trying to get things rolling. I've been there about 2 months. So like
Whoa. Okay, there we go. He's back.
I'm sorry, you still on?
Yeah, I'm here, coach. So we met a couple of years ago, man, when you guys were super loaded, chock with talent at the Marksville tournament. We've kind of had a great relationship ever since. What have you learned through coaching under Coach Lindsay, who I think is a phenomenal coach? What have you learned? Oh, we lost him, y'all. Let's see if he's gonna come back. I like that little 30-second timer, man, that plays, man. That's a nice little music jingle. It's kind of stuck in my head right now, y'all. Y'all hear me humming that. Don't think I'm going crazy now. All right, look like Coach Lewis is back.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
welcome
sorry.
back, Coach.
I'm sorry.
No problem, man. No problem. We all have to make the adjustments. Again, I was saying that we met a couple of years ago at the Marksville later Tiger Classic, a couple of years ago when you guys were chock full of talent.
Yes.
We've been close ever since. What are some of the things that you learned under Coach Patrick Lindsay in your time as his understudy that has helped you now as you've taken over the head driver's seat of the Lady Falcons, a team that was his baby?
Well, one thing I learned about him is, learned under him is all about team building. He's a program builder. That's what he's known for. He's known to take some of the schools that everybody forgot about, some of the programs that, doesn't get any attention or whatever, and he's able to build those programs. And the way he built those programs was just getting in there, working with the girls and believing in them and showing them that he cares and that he fully supports them. And one thing he just taught me was, about organization and being thorough, the appearance, the approach, the way to speak to the players, the way to speak to the parents. He's just so detailed in everything that he does. And it showed over time that the kids buy in to that. When you love them, they love you back, and they want to go through a brick wall for you. And he taught me just love these kids like they're your own, and try to get the best out of them. But his biggest message to me was, it's bigger than basketball, and you got to learn that. It's bigger than basketball. You got to actually get to know these kids, love these kids, understand their situations and their backgrounds and their upbringings and stuff. And the biggest goal is to help them make it out. Wins and losses will come and go, but the bonds that you build with those kids last forever. The story he always gives is, he don't want to be able to say, "Oh, I sent you to the WNBA or to college or whatever." He want to get the phone call and say, "Hey, could you come to my wedding?" and stuff like that. And, different stuff like that. See them grow up to be successful young women and stuff like that. That's what he built it on. Those the bonds that he created over the years, and that's what I'm trying to work towards, because that's what he just taught me. Just grind and love, man. Just grind.
Right. How has the past couple of months been since you've taken over as head coach? Just talk to us about not so much about wins and losses, because you're always going to win some games and you can't win every game. But what has been the process of kids getting to know Coach Rudy Lewis, buying into the philosophies and principles that you believe in, and how much of it still has a Patrick Lindsay imprint on what you do?
I'm not gonna lie, it's been easy. It's been a rough transition. Coming back over on such short notice. The girls have no off season, really. They really haven't been conditioned and stuff like that. And you gotta change the whole culture and the whole dynamics, because it was a coach in between myself, and when Coach Lindsay left, they got another coach, and then I came. So we having to get back on track with everything. So it hasn't been easy. And with these girls, like I told them before I left, I believe in y'all, and I know what y'all can do, and I know what y'all are capable of. And when I came back, I just had to get that back in their mindset, because they wasn't even projected to win over 5 games. Everybody counted them out, because we lost 8, 9 seniors, big time seniors. And I just had to get them to believe in themselves that we still can do it. And we just got to get in there and work and believe in the philosophy. But one thing I'm big on, like I tell the girls, is that we're students and kids first. So always respect your parents, respect the adults that's around you. Make sure you be good students. And I harp big on being great teammates. And then I was like, man, the wins will come, the losses are going to come. But are you going to stick with it and buy in? And Coach Lindsay, he always tell me, hey man, I'm not gone. I'm right across the hall. So I still have that backbone. He's just coaching the boys at Northwood. So he's still there. And he said, I'm just across the hall. I'm not going nowhere. I still got your back. So you occasionally see him walking over, looking in a huddle, or he pull me to the side, and still give me good advice. So I still got that backbone, and we just trying to build it back up to what we once was.
Right. You guys have done a phenomenal job as a 1-2 punch as head coach and assistants. And I hope that now with you being the guy that's driving the Mercedes, I hope that you can get it right back to that same prominence as Coach Lindsay did. They were at their highest quarterfinal team that year. I thought you guys were a top 28 team, but sometimes the best teams don't win. That's just a proven fact over time. Sometimes the best teams don't win. Sometimes the teams that aren't the best doesn't always lose.
Right.
It's how the leather ball bounces.
Yes, sir.
If the shots are going in for you on that particular day or night, and you're defending well, chances are you'll get a win. If not, it may not end very well for you.
I totally agree. 5 points away from the top 28, first time in the history, and it still leave a bitter taste in your mouth. We lost to a well coached, a dominant Neville team, and we one of our big time players had an injury against Ellender in that playoff game, and we was 5 points away, but that just adds a chip on your shoulder. Like we was almost there, and I know what we put in to get there, and I know what it takes, and we gonna be back. It may not, be soon, but it's gonna come.
I believe that because of your persistence.
Yes,
you've shown great persistence in not just coaching, but your love for the game and for those children at Northwood High Shreve.
Yes,
I want to ask you this one last question before you go, and it has nothing to do with basketball, but everything to do with basketball. How does what you do as a juvenile detective help you be able to understand and philosophize more with the kids you deal with and interact with in the school system every day? How does that help you?
It gives you a different viewpoint of these kids. Like you may see some of these kids and think everything's good, and it's really not. Like I see it all when it comes to these kids, and you just never know what a kid is going through mentally, physically. Like you just never know what they're going through. And I run across like some kids that have all the potential in the world, but have a lot of stuff going on with their lives. Like because I mostly deal with juvenile victims, like victims of what's going on, and it sucks to know what some of these kids go through, and that's what make me go closer to my girls and stuff. Why I coach, because like I said, the ball gonna stop bouncing one day. It's bigger than basketball, like Coach Lindsay preached, and you got to get to know these players and actually understand what they're going through, and they will open up to you, and that's what I strive for, because a lot of these kids that I come across as being a detective, they have no outlet, they have nobody to talk to, they have nobody that supports them and stuff like that, and it sucks. So I want to be all that for my girls, or at least I want to be someone they know, even if they don't, somebody they know they can call on and they can depend on, and I feel like God put it in me, because it just, so all of a sudden I'm a Shreveport police detective with the juvenile division. I've worked in the school system. Now I'm coaching girls as the head. Like I just feel like it was all God's plan, and I'm just living my life
lined
through him.
up for you.
Yes, sir. Just living my life through him.
Man, again, this is your first time here as a head coach. I can guarantee you, as long as I got breath in this little frail body of mine, this fat body of mine, you're welcome to come back anytime. I have so much love for you, man, as a young man, and for what you do in the Shreveport communities. Sometimes we don't always express what we visualize in everyday life, but you deserve a salute, man. For real.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're a solid young man, and somebody's following your example every day.
Thank you.
Somebody's watching. So, hey, thanks, Coach Rudy Lewis. Man, finally can say it out. Rudy Lewis, Northwood Lady Falcons basketball.
Y'all gotta come check us out.
I'm gonna say it if don't nobody else say it, because this is what they say. We the North, baby.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, y'all gotta come check us out, man. Come check us out. We the North.
Yeah, man, that's what it is, bro. That's how they rock. Yeah. Rudy Lewis, thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Hey, wow. Man, I'm kind of emotional, man. The show is coming to a close. Our pilot episode. Off the Bench Sports Prep News. This has been phenomenal. Hey, also check out Life Off the Bench, man. Sunday nights at 7, where we talk about real life issues. Like we're trying to tackle real life issues. This week's episode is about a really controversial topic that most people won't talk about. We're going to discuss politics on Life Off the Bench. What to do, what not to do. Maybe what some of the red flags that you need to look for when choosing an elected official. But it's all going to be good stuff because we got really great panel of experts that love what they do, and that's what it is. Hey, shout outs before we get out of here, Coach Lewis. Hey, pretty.
Say hey.
Hey. Oh, yeah. Chops and deuces, little ma.
I'm a girl dad. It's in me.
Yeah, I'm a girl dad, too.
Yeah,
shout out to my princess, Courtney Anna Grayson. She's an 8th grader at Central Middle School in Gonzales, Louisiana. She was a leading scorer on her volleyball team this past season. She's now a Red Stormer. She made the Red Storm Elite 13-year-old team. So, hey, I'm going to be traveling with Red Storm all spring. It's going to be fun. I already know it. And y'all know how crazy I was behind my son in basketball. I'm even worse behind my daughter in volleyball. She's fire. And look. Yeah, look. She a Grayson, so she like that.
Oh, we like that.
Hey, yeah. Yeah. Hey, thank you guys. Remember, get off the bench, get into the game.
Hey, man, y'all have a good one. Thanks for having me.
No doubt, Coach.
All right.